Write a program to display multiplication table of a given number. Write a program to display multiplication table of a given number. I hope you understand what's the question, right? What's the input? Multiplication table of a given number. Input is a number. Suppose if I give 5, then it should display 5 into 1 is equal to 5, like that, that table up to 10, let us say, okay, up to 10 it has to display. So write the program for it. Take one number first of all as input. So from now onwards, whatever the type you want into that you convert. Yesterday I have told you, right? Input will give by default string that we have to convert into integer. So integer of input of enter number. Write down that. Afterwards, why you didn't come yesterday? Huh? After taking input, what you have to do? How can we display? Like, suppose let us say n value is 5. Then we have to display 5 into 1. And this result we can obtain directly. Next. So if you observe in this, can you able to generalize anything? Every time we are displaying this kind of statement, how we can generalize? What is this? This 5 is nothing but n. Then what is this? I. It is nothing but n. Got the difference between these two? This one and this one. Multiplication symbol we are displaying here. Here result we are displaying. Okay. So this symbol statically we have to display. It should not evaluate. Understand? Here it should evaluate. In order to do that one, what we can do, what we can say is n we have to display as value. If I give 5 it has to display. 10 it has to display. Then n we will be displaying. Afterwards, that this symbol we have to display statically. Okay, as a string we can display, isn't it? So in double quotes star, then comma I. Okay, in double quotes equal to, because this is also just to display. Next, n into I. Within double quotes or not? No double quotes. Why? Because we have to display the value. Okay. So where we have to put these all? In print. Okay. So print, we are giving n. What is n? Given number. Next we are displaying this one as string, that star. Next I. What is I value? I value is starting from 1 up to 10. I value starting from 1 up to 10. For every time, for every I value we have to display this, isn't it? For every I value we have to display this. So this statement we have to repeat how many times? 10 times. How we can repeat? By putting this statement in a loop. So which loop can be used? For loop. Okay. For what is the loop variable? I is the loop variable. Next, I in. What are the values of I? Starting from 1 up to 10. So we can use range function. So I in range starting is 1 up to 10. So we have to give 11 here, then colon. Got it? Next, we need to display like this, right? 5 into 1 equal to 5. Then we have to place the cursor in the next line. Again we have to display like this. So can we need to do anything here? Print by default will end with a new line. We have discussed print function. Suppose if I say print AB, then print CD. What will be the output? AB will be printed. In output, AB will be printed. Then it will end with new line. That means after printing these two characters, it will end this printing by placing the cursor here in a new line. Okay, after printing, whatever you print, if you use print by default, it will end with new line. That means it will place the cursor. That blinking one will be there now. That is called cursor. That cursor will be placed in the new line. Okay. Next, whenever we try to print next one, it will print from wherever we are having the cursor. Then after printing, what it will do? Again, it will place the cursor in the next line. Whether we will print next line or not, that is secondary. But it will place the cursor in the next line. Got it? So now here we are displaying 5 into 1 equal to 5. Then automatically it will place the cursor in the next line. So in the next line only, next statement will be displayed. Got it? So take this. Before this one, what we have to do? Just we have to take n as the input. How we can take n as the input? Integer of input of some message. Okay, I think you have, all of you have understood what we have to write here. Okay, it is not directly the number whatever we are entering. Just we have to display, we have to convey to the user. You remember, you are developing programs, okay, or software or one application for others. Okay, if you are writing the program, what is the input, you know, but that should be known to end user. That's why we have to give appropriate message. Understand? I told you suppose from Hyderabad to Vizag, what are the trains you wanted to know. Then source, destination you have to give. Okay, first source or destination, which one we have to give, that should be known to us. Then only we could able to use. Understand? Already software, that program already written, but in which order we have to give, that should be given, like starting point or source, like that they will be giving. Then only text box will be there. Without this one, just two text boxes are there. What we will enter, we don't know. Understand? So try to give appropriate message here. Then it will display while running that program. Then appropriate input we will get. After getting the input, just we will be printing by repeating the statement for how many times? 10 times. That's it. Okay, take this. If you don't use double quotes, then it will be like this, right? Okay. N, it is known. Okay. What is the difference between these two? Now you tell. What is the difference between these two? For as a compiler, how it will consider it? It will multiply. Okay. It will consider it as value. So it will be, in best case, it may display it is 5. It is also 5. Okay. But what we need to have like this. Understand? Here 10 like this we will get if it evaluates. But how it has to consider this equal to? First of all, if you try to print like this, then just you try it in your laptops or whenever you go to lab tomorrow, just you try to do it n into I equal to n into I. What it will print, you check. It will print 10 directly. Suppose for the second one, for the first one it will print 5. That you check. Why? Because n into first, and one more thing, this assignment operator, right, equal to is assignment operator. So A equal to B, if you write, how it will do? B will be assigned to A. Right side one will be assigned to left side one. So here n into I will be performed as we have used assignment operator, and I have told you Assignment operator will be having lowest priority compared to other operators. So it will be evaluated at last. So this has to be evaluated first. So this will be evaluated, then it will try to assign to n into I. Where is n into I? N into I we cannot differentiate. Like n means there will be some memory. I means there is some memory, some existence is there. N into I means that is the value. Okay, we don't have memory allocated for it. So n into whatever the value computed here, that cannot be assigned to this one. Why? Because this is not one entity. Understand? N into I is not one entity, so it will give you an error. Got it? Suppose if you write A is equal to n into I, then it will evaluate n into I and it can be able to assign. Even n is equal to n into I, that is also valid. N is equal to n into I in the sense, n we are having the memory, I we are having the memory. Suppose n we are having 5, I value as 2, then it will be multiplied and we are assigning to n. That means n value will be updated as 10. We are having the memory, into that memory that value will be updated. But if we have like this, in which memory it has to store that value, that is not known. That's why it will give you an error. Got it? So I hope you understand this, right? Simple thing, but it will give that multiplication table. Yeah. Next, suppose we are having the requirement that I wanted to print like this. Consider one more row. Okay, I wanted to print this stars for 5 times. Okay, in a row, 5 times in a row for 3 rows. Okay, so 5 times is fixed. I am saying the n rows. So the input is n. If I give 3, it has to print in 3 rows. If I give 2, 2 rows it has to print. If I give 5, it has to print 5 rows. Okay. So can you able to write the program for it? Yes, write down. Write a program to display 5 stars. Okay, these 5 stars for the given number of times. Just 2 lines program. Not 2 lines, 3 lines. First n will be the input, then did you attend yesterday's lab? Are you able to follow? Does not contain? Why? No. Question I have told you. 5 stars we have to display for given number of times. What do you want?
You told you have to write an
Yes. So
I didn't understand that.
Just you consider whatever the program we are using, that will be run by someone else. Okay, that will be used by someone else. Okay, like you are using a simple app, let's say. Okay, this one. Okay, here you see from station is given. Okay, then we will come to know from station we have to enter. Okay, then to station is given. To station we have to enter. If that is not there, how we can what we have to enter, how we can find, or you consider this one. Yeah, spot train number or name. This is the message given. Okay, if that is not there, then we cannot enter. Okay, that's a such kind of appropriate. Huh? Import math, what function we are using? Just arithmetic operators only, right? If you use any functions like sqrt, cos, tan, sin, yeah, yeah, completed. Why? What happened? What you have to print? Question is, where is the question? To display 5 stars per given number of times. Just to print 5 stars, what you will do? Just to print, then within double quotes 5 stars you can display it, right? Directly 5 stars. Then that statement you need to repeat for how many times? N times. So you can put it in a loop. That's it. You are printing N. That's okay, 5. Right. Right. N is equal to. So to print this particular one, what we can do, ma? Just within double quotes we can specify, right? 5 times, because the question contains a static thing, that is 5 times star we have to print. For how many times? N number of times. So that N we will take as the input. N is equal to int of input that we will write. Afterwards, this statement will print 1 time. Like that we have to repeat for N number of times. So we have to enclose this statement in a loop. So for loop, then I in range. How many times we have to repeat? 1 to 1 comma n plus 1. Okay, 1 comma n plus 1. Then it will start from 1. It will count 1. Second time 2, 3, 4 up to n. It will consider. Got it? Is there any other way instead of using this 1 comma n plus 1? No. By using one loop only, just I am asking substitute for this 0 comma n. That will also repeated for 0 comma n. If you specify, then it will start from 0, then up to n minus 1. So total will be how many times? N times only. Any other way? Range of 0 comma n can also be used. Another one? Range of n we can use directly. Why? Because if you specify range of n, by default it will start from 0. If you want to start from 1, then we have to use like this. If you want to start from 5, then we have to explicitly specify 5 comma where to stop. If you don't specify anything, then it will start from 0. Okay. So range of n we can use, or range of 0 comma n we can use, or range of 1 comma n plus 1. Is there any other possibility? Now you can say several. Range of 2 comma n plus 2, 3 comma, like that, in any number of ways we can write. Why? Because this I we are not at all using here. Okay, it is independent of I. Just this loop we are using to repeat the statement for certain number of times. That's it. For that you can start from anywhere. Like 5 numbers you have to count. 5 numbers you have to count when no need to start from 0 or no need to start from 1. You can start from 10, then you can count 10, 11, 12, 13. You can start from 20 and you can start 5 numbers counting. Okay, like that you can start from any number up to this. Why? Because it is independent of I. Here, suppose if you display I here, then it is different. Understand? Now you have to print like this. Like this. Okay, I will give the number of rows. I will give the number of rows depending upon the number of, suppose if I give 2 rows, 2 as the input, number of rows is 2, then you have to display these 2. If I give 3, you have to display like this. 5 means 4th row will contain all 4s. 5th row, 5 means 5th row will contain all 5s. Understand? Like that. What is the input now? Input is again n. Okay, n will be the input. What we are printing, it is not a static thing, that you keep in mind. Earlier, directly star only we have to print in all the rows. Okay, but here it is changing. What is this? I plus I value starts from I value. Okay, if you start I value from 1, now what we have to print in the first row? First row 1, second row. Second row means I value will become 2. What we have to print? 2. So it is nothing but in ith row we have to print I itself. So instead of printing statically star star star, what we have to print? I value. Okay. How many times we have to print I value? How many times we have to print I value? 5 times. So how we can print I value for one time? Just print I. Print I if you write, then one time it will print. How many times we have to print? 5 times. So how can do that? Just we have to enclose that one in a loop. Understand? So I value we have to print. How we can print? Print I. Then one time it will print. How many times we have to print I value in one row? 5 times. So how we can print? By enclosing this one in a loop. So how many times this loop has to be repeated? 5 times. Okay. Every time we need to print I only. So can we use I here? No. If I use I here, I value will be varied, isn't it? So we had to use some other one, some other variable. You can use j, k, l, anything. Okay. So now another variable, let us say j. Okay, j value should vary from how many times this has to be displayed? 5 times. So range of 5. Range of 5 we can give directly. Then it will start from 0 up to 4. So 5 times it will be repeated. So 5 times I will be printed. What is the value of I in the first row? 1. What is the value of I in second row? 2. Like that, I value should vary from 1 to the given number, isn't it? Why? Because how many rows we have to display, that we are taking as the input. So 1 to given number. So I value should vary from this thing we have to repeat. That's why we are enclosing this one in another loop. Okay. For I value should start from 1 up to n plus 1. Okay. Why? Because n only we have to stop. So n plus 1 we will be repeating. What is the value of n that we will take from user? Okay, n we are taking, then I value starting from 1. If I value is 1, let us say I value is 1. Next I value is 1, then let us say n value also 5, or n value as 5. Now j value starting from 0. So j value will be 0. Then what it will print? I. What is the value of I? What is the value of I? 1. So output will be 1 now. Next, j value will be incremented, isn't it? This loop has to be terminated, then only it will take another I value. Okay. So now j value will be incremented, then it will print I. That means what is the value of I? What is the value of I? 1. Next, j value will be incremented. Next, what? Yeah, it will print in next line. Okay. This output, as we have discussed, print will print in next line. So 1, after printing 1, it will keep the cursor in the next line. But according to our requirement, it has to print here itself. So we wanted to end with we don't want to end with a new line. We don't want to end with new line, that's for sure. So let us consider we wanted to have like this 5 ones. That means some space you can consider. Okay, after printing this one, we wanted to end with some space. So that how we can do? End is equal to space, where we have to provide that in printing, right? While printing, if you specify print I value will be printed. By default, it will end with a new line. Suppose if you want to end with some character like space, or you wanted to end everything with A, every line with A, then you can specify. So here in our context, we require everything needs to be end with space. So space you can specify. So it will print 1, then it will print space. Afterwards, 1. Then this will be incremented. Again, space will be printed, then 1. Next, this will be incremented like this. Then again, whenever it becomes 5, then it will stop, isn't it? Yeah. Next, after completing this, we have to place the cursor in the next line. How can we place? Before J. Then first line will also be end with, here we will be getting some gap, right? Can't we print here, new line? If you print after completing this loop for one time, why? Here if I write, then what will happen? Suppose if I write one statement here, it will be part of this for loop only, right? Outer for loop. So after completing this J, this particular loop, it will execute. So now here I will print like this. Print, any answers? Print double quotes. That's it. Print double quotes. What will happen? Suppose if I specify here double quotes without giving an even space, I will close it. Then by default, print will end with new line. So automatically it will not print anything and it will end with new line. So it will place the cursor in the next line. It's a logic. Got it? So after this, we are printing this. Then I value will be I value will become 2. J value will start from again 0. So it will start from 0. Okay, next 1. That means whenever it is 0, it has to print I value only. Okay, it has to end with space. Again, it will be 2. Again, it will be printed. Next 3. Again, it will be printed like this. After completing for 5 times, then it will print nothing. That means it will place the cursor in the next line. Again, I value will be incremented. Then we can display. Got it? Yes, any doubt? Do you understand? Okay, range of 5 means? Range of 5. Next. Range of 5. It's not a Boolean question, yes or no. Range of 5 means, what does it mean? Range of 5. Next. 0 to 4. 5 times it will repeat starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times. Understand? Range of 5 means 0 to 4. 5 times it will repeat. Range of 5. Range of 6. Range of n. Range of 1 comma n. Range of 1 comma 5. Range of 1 comma 5. 4 is correct. It will start from 1. So 1 comma 5 means it will start from 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times only it will repeat. Although we are specifying 1 comma 5, it will start from 1. It will end at 4 only. Okay, it will not go to 5. Understand? Yes or no? Now you have to say Boolean answer. So, note down this.
అలా టైప్ చేసే బదులు ఇలా రాయచ్చు ఇంకా ఐ కమా
You can write.
ఓకే అయితే మనం ఇక్కడ టూ ఫర్ లూప్స్ వాడుతున్నాం కదా సార్ ఇంకో ఫర్ లూప్ వాడుతున్నాం ఫర్ లూప్ బట్ మనం చేసినా కానీ అంత కాంప్లికేటెడ్గా చేసే బదులు ఇలా చేయొచ్చు అన్నప్పుడు మనం ఒకవేళ మనకి రోస్ మాత్రమే కావాలి కదా సార్ యూజర్ నుంచి ఎన్ని టైప్స్ అట్లానే కాకుండా కాలమ్స్ కూడా ఒకవేళ అడిగినాం అనుకో అప్పుడు టూ ఫర్ లూప్స్ వాడతాను ఇది కరెక్ట్ అయినా ఫర్లో ఎన్నో రోస్ ఎన్నో కాలమ్స్
Right. Over. Next the requirement is like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now this we wanted to print. Okay. What will be the input for this one is number of rows again. Okay. I will give 3 as the input. Then it has to display 3 rows. If I give 6, it has to display 6 rows, all 6 rows. Okay. So the input is number of rows. So how can we do it? Put it on paper, then you understand. How can we do it? Remember, these we call it as patterns. Actually, patterns is most frequently asked question in coding examinations. Okay, most frequently, almost one pattern is compulsory for every coding in general. Okay, because it is a fundamental thing. So I will tell you the generalized procedure that almost for every pattern you could work out with this logic. Almost every pattern. Okay, try to understand. You analyze in such a way that we wanted to print like this: 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now what is the input? We are saying number of rows. What is the input for this? 5. So 5 rows. Now you consider this one as a table. Consider this one as a table. Now table means we will be having rows. We will be having columns as well. So we will be having columns. Rows will be having, columns will be having. Okay. Now similar structure you consider: star, 2 stars, then 3 stars. Okay. Now again 5 rows. How many columns in first row? How many columns in second row? How many columns in third row? How many columns in fifth row? How many columns in eighth row? I. That is the logic. Okay. If you analyze here, same thing. 3 columns in third row. I columns in ith row. I entries we need to have in each row. How many rows we are having? How many rows we are having? 5 rows. That is nothing but known thing, that is like we can consider I as the row. Okay, column as the j. I as row, column as j. So I value starts from first row means first row you consider as 1, first row. So I value starts from 1. So I in range how many rows? How many rows? In this example 5. Generalized n rows. N rows that we will take as the input. So n rows. So how can we repeat for n number of times starting from 1? 1 comma n plus 1. So 1 comma n plus 1. So this will give you, I will give you every time the row number. Okay. Next, in the first row, how many entries will be there? 1. In the second row, 2 entries. In the third row, 3 entries. In the ith row, I entries. I entries in the sense we need to repeat in this particular one how many times? I times. So range of here we are starting from every row, we are starting from 1. We are starting from 1 itself, every row. So we can write it here, we have to start from 1. We have to start from 1. In the first row, up to 1 only. That means we have to give 1 comma, 1 comma, in the first row, in the first, with respect to first row you tell. 2. If you give 2 here, it will consider 1 comma 1 itself. Okay. In the second row, 3. Third row, 4. Like that, ith row, I plus 1. So we can consider here as the I plus 1. Okay. This is number of columns. This will represent number of columns, isn't it? Number of columns. So number of columns we are denoting with j. So for j in this range. Okay. Now we have to print what? We have to print j value, isn't it? We have to print j value. Why? Because j value is starting from 1 always. It is going up to I. So we have to print j value, and we don't want to end with new line, which will be considered by default. So end is equal to space. Then it will print 1 row. Afterwards, we have to keep the cursor in the next line. How can we keep? Print just double quotes, not space. That is not required. Just double quotes you open, then close. That's it. Then it will repeat for, this one will repeat for n times, this one will repeat for I times. Then we will get this output. To get this particular one, in place of j, we will put in double quotes star. Then it will print. It is not what you call value to display. String, as a string it has to display, so we have to enclose in double quotes. Before this one, you have to take input. There is a question, ma? How to print 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, number of rows that you have to convert into integer, that input. Because that whatever the value we enter, by default it will consider as string. Whatever the input we take by using that input function, even if you enter 15, that will consider as 15 in double quotes, like string. Okay, in order to convert that into integer, we have to use integer. Just write a program to print this. Yeah, they will give diagram directly. Write a program to print this. Write down this one. Right side pattern. Write a program to print that. Don't write right side pattern. How can you print? Here also, how we have to analyze? How many rows? 4 rows. In first row, how many columns? Second row, third row, ith row, I. So similar pattern, isn't it? So number of rows is n. So we have to start from 1 up to n. I will indicate row number. Next, j will indicate column number. So column number, how many columns we need to have? I columns we need to have in ith row. So same thing, but while printing, what we have to print here? 1 in the first row, 2 in the second row, 3 in the third row, in ith row, I. So what we have to print here? Instead of j, if you print I, that's it. Okay, write down again. Why? Because that you have understood now, you can recall for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 hour, but afterwards you cannot. Just instead of j, we have to print I. Have written again. Question? Write a program to print that. Okay. Now write a program to print this pattern. Like we are having write a program to print this pattern. So how we have to analyze? Number of rows, number of columns in each row. How many rows? 5 rows. How many columns in first row? 1. In third row, 3. In third row, 3. In fourth row, 4. In ith row, I. So how many rows we have? That many times we have to repeat this. So this is same. Okay. How many columns? It is I number of columns. So it is also same, isn't it? Then what we have to print? That is the matter. What we have to print? Okay, do it. Do it. The pattern, you know it. This is for 4 years. What? For all 4 years. Okay, for semester. For semester, one book that is given in budget at your home. Okay. If one bad fellow will be there like me, okay, who will give more notes, then what you will do? Then what about this poor fellow? Using same book, I don't have any objection. Okay, writing like this, it will not be useful for you. You cannot refer with interest. Yeah. Adding? Then it will print statically. If you use here I plus 1, in first row it will print 1, second row it will print 2, in the first row it will print 2, second row it will print 3 only 2 times, 4 only 3 times, like that. N. Correct. You have told na already, that's why I stopped. So here if you observe, we are starting at 1, then we are continuing that here, we are continuing that count here, we are continuing that count here, isn't it? So let us maintain one count variable called C, okay, which will be initialized with 1. Initial value of C is 1. Then we will be printing C. After printing one time, what we have to do? We have to change this value. Okay, we will increment this C value by 1. Then next time we will print C only. Okay, what is the C value now? 2. That will be printed. After printing, immediately we will change C value to C plus 1. Next time C value only we have to print. What is the C value? 3. Like that it will keep on incrementing. Okay. So what should be the value of C initially? 1. What we have to print here? We have to print C. After printing, what we have to do? After printing, we have to increment. We have to increment C value. How we have to increment? C is equal to C plus 1. Okay. Pattern will come from these two loops. Just pattern. What we have to print, that is only matter, so that we can vary by changing here. Got it? I wanted to print only 1. 1, 1, 1, triple 1, 4 ones, 5 ones, like that. Then just we will print, instead of C, we will print 1. That's it. Okay. That structure will come from these two loops, but what we have to print, that we can change from this statement. Okay. Here we wanted to print continuously. For that we are taking a variable called C. C value initialized with 1. Every time after printing we are incrementing the C value. So it will keep on incrementing every time and print the same C value. Okay. Then of course this is same. Print empty string. That's it. Okay. Online people, enter your roll number. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Written. Okay.
Sir, tomorrow are we having lab?
Tomorrow revision class, I told you, right? At 10:30 we will have revision class. 11:30 to 12:30 offline class. Okay. 9:30 to 11:30. Okay. 9:30 to 11:30. Then afternoon we will have lab. That's what we planned, right? If you don't want, I will not take. I don't have any objection. Huh? Okay. Then we will have lab. Even though they allow at 1 o'clock also, we will have lab. Okay.